What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Devblog number 5 for Survival Knots, which is my 2D survival MMO made in GameMaker. So we have a lot of exciting changes that have happened this week. One thing you can probably already notice is that the character models look completely different. I went ahead and made them twice the size as they originally were, which the original character models were made in 32 by 32. Well, these new ones are made to fit 64 by 64, which eventually the whole game will be made in that with that size. So we went ahead and changed the character models around so they look a lot bigger. Another thing that I added, which you can't really tell unless I had a lot of characters online, there are now 7 different eye colors for your characters. Now again, when you create a character for the first time, you don't actually get to customize what your character looks like at all. And I know that might sound a little bit bad, but I think it'll actually be interesting. When you spawn in a server for the first time, everything is randomly generated. Your skin tone, your eye color now, your hair, or the lack thereof with Rahiba if he's bald, your hair color, your hairstyle, everything is completely randomized. Now later on in the game you will be able to create I was gonna say create and then craft, and I was like creating a new word there. You'll be able to create and craft different ways to change certain parts of your character, like his skin tone, his eye color, hair, all that. You'll be able to change that way later on in the game, but when you start off you'll just have to be content with however you are born. So that is in the game. Another thing I'm working on, which I didn't get done for this week, which I'm kind of bummed about that, but I'm working on basically the ability to blink and do different things when you're just standing around. So you notice if you zoom in, you look at your character, he's just standing there like a statue, you know. I want him to be able to blink and like kind of move around and kind of bring him to life. Now right now, if I walk down, he will actually blink. So you can see he'll just kind of blink. So that kind of works, but I don't want it to just be when you're walking. I want it to actually be when you're kind of standing and itching himself and just kind of looking like, you know, an actual living thing. So that was done. Now another exciting thing that we've added, which this is pretty huge, we added day, when I say we, I mean me. I don't have a team, it's just me right now. I added the ability to basically add light sources in the game. So right here I added the campfire, and then you can see that it just makes everything around me bright. And what good is a campfire if things don't get dark? So I went ahead and also added day and night cycles. So if I click my cheat key here, it turned it to night, so now it's completely night, and over time, which should take about 2 minutes, it will gradually get light again. So you can already see, you're able to see the different rooms and everything. So yeah, we have light sources, a whole light system, and day and night cycle has been added into the game, so we can add some campfires around. So yeah, it's pretty cool, right? So it's still a work in progress. I still got to get some of the kinks out. But this will be pretty interesting when the game is done. I think day will last probably about 30 minutes, and maybe night will last about 10 minutes, and players will have the ability to craft different torches and light sources and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's pretty good, pretty important. So light sources are now in the game. Another thing that I've added, which let's go ahead and open up our inventory and add some objects here. Oh, I did add a new outfit, so kind of like a camo shirt and hat and pants and boots. So there he is right there. I've added the ability to basically respawn. So before, when you died in the game, you would literally just immediately respawn somewhere else in the map. But now, when you die, so let's go ahead and eat some poison meat, kill ourselves. Now when you die, you're greeted with a death screen. And in the future, you'll be able to select different respawn points that you've set, and there will also be some stats about your character, like how much damage he did when he was alive, how many people he killed, how long he was alive. So that'll all take place in the future, but for now, you're completely removed from the game world, and you have to respawn. So let's go ahead and respawn, and there we are. Okay, so, and then our corpse is laying right here. So there's our dead body. Our hair is a little bit misplaced, but that's a very easy fix, you know. So Yeah, I'll probably fix that after the video. But yeah, so now you can die and you can respawn and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and open up another client, just for the sake of having another client. And you'll notice right now, he doesn't see the dead body. If I open up Wizirdi, he'll see the dead body there, but I'll fix that later. That's actually like that on purpose for now. Okay, another thing that I've added in the game, and this is huge because I want to start on base building very, very soon, but first I wanted to add the ability to place items in the game world and for those items to stay there even after the server restarted. So let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to put this in my hotbar. You can now place, let's zoom in here, you can place items in the game world. So you can see I selected a box, so I'm going to go ahead and set that down. And this will stay in the game world. Now of course Rahibif can see it, alright. So this will stay in the game world even after the server restarts. So what that means is I can take these same mechanics and apply it to base building, where you can place down walls, and even after the server restarts, the walls are there, your base is there, the doors and everything. It's all in there. So what's cool about this box though is I went ahead and made it a container. So if I click on the box, it's going to open up this window here, and I can store some of my items in the box. Of course, if I walk away from the box, it's going to automatically close. I need to be a certain distance for it to open. If I'm over here, it won't open. So you can see though, it actually stores my items, and I can go back later and get some items out of the container. Now, even Rahibif, he can go over to the box and he can open it. And, gotta be a little closer. He can open it, and those items are still in the container. So this is big. This is, really good because since it's a survival game, you want to be able to collect resources and items and guns and weapons. So now you're able to do that, and it all saves in the server. So let me show you what I'm talking about. If I close these clients, and I even close my server, so the server is completely closed. Upon a server closing, it saves everything. So let's go ahead and restart the server. Let's restart my client. So we'll log in as Wizirdi. Now the server's not running yet, so I started the server, but I gotta click start. Now if I refresh, there's my server. And there we go. So Rahibif is sleeping very close to the box, but then it's still there. It's still right in the game world. And of course, some of these nodes respawned in my base, so I gotta fix that too. Now, if I open the box, oh, I gotta be closer. If I open the box, there's my items. So I still have them all right in there. So savable containers and placeable items that stay even after a server save is a thing. So that means I can start on base building. I can start with the ability to place beds in the game and tables and all of that fun stuff. Pretty exciting stuff, right? I want to go ahead and answer a few questions before I end this video. In the last video, Bradley Chick asked, did you do the multiplayer stuff yourself or did you follow a tutorial? And I did all the multiplayer on this game, all the servers, which we have our game server. Of course, we have SNON, which is our SurvivalNots online server. This is our server lobby. It says how many servers are online, how many players are online. I can keep track of everything through this. All of this was done by me, hand-coded, completely from scratch. I have been doing multiplayer stuff basically since GameMaker came out. I'm sorry, not when GameMaker came out. Ever since I started using GameMaker in 2006, 2007, somewhere around there, I was interested in multiplayer online games. So I'd make like little LAN games back in the day. And then in 2009 is when I really got into networking. If you remember, there was that 39 DLL for GameMaker 8. And so I learned how that thing worked, and I would make, really my first online multiplayer game was a little building game. Basically like Terraria, but I released that in 2009 and around 2010. It was called Blobulous Online. If you YouTube that, you'll find some videos of it. So I've been working with multiplayer games and networking for a while, and so all this was hand-coded myself. I didn't follow tutorials on anything, not even the inventories. I just kind of did it myself. The only things I haven't done myself are the shaders, which even the shaders, I highly modified that, so it's pretty much my own thing at this point. And shaders is what I use to change the skin tone of my characters. And the light source, the lighting, I used a tutorial for that as well. So yeah, I would love to do networking tutorials on YouTube, but I want to do it in GameMaker Studio 2, which I do not currently own. I just have GameMaker Studio 1.4, and when I buy GameMaker Studio 2, then I'll do a whole thing on networking. But I want the tutorial to age well, so I want to get GameMaker Studio 2 before I actually make the tutorial. So, and thank you for the compliment. You said it looked awesome, so thank you for that. Also, another person wrote in the last video in the comments, Parakits, I hope I pronounced your name right. You said, be sure to make it so healing items have a cooldown so people can't spam stacks of them. And yeah, that's a good catch, because right now you can spam like, oh, here, let me get it to work. For some reason I gotta swing something before these work. It's a little glitch there. You can just spam like these healing things. So yeah, I'll add a cooldown to it later. That was a good catch though. That was a good catch. So anyway, with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to go to my website, Wizirdi.com, and you can actually read the dev blog on here. There's some other things that I didn't get into, like I'm thinking about using the old character models as garden gnomes. So yeah, you know, stuff about eye color, item placement, all that is in the dev blog that you can read on Wizirdi.com. Also follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Wizirdi to get live updates as they happen. Anyway guys, I will see you next video.